Hey guys, I had the greatest question asked today on my Facebook page, and so I wanted to reply to it by video so it could go down in the record books and post it on my website so many others could understand and learn from it too. So I have on my phone here the question that was asked. So she says, I'd love to hear about how you help athletes who are type A control freaks with an unreasonable drive and determination to let go of an outcome. I have serious big goals and I'm determined to achieve them. But I hear all about how you can't focus or attach yourself to a specific outcome when you're manifesting your desires. So she's heading to the BBR finals tomorrow. She wants to do well, but feels like if she approaches this as if she does everything else with attaching myself to the outcome, then I'll just fail again. I keep telling myself I've put in the work every single day. I'm well prepared, as are my horses. All I can do at this point is do what I'm prepared to do and let the outcome be the outcome it is. I'm working hard to let it go and have a stronger mindset as a competitive athlete. Sorry, didn't mean to hijack your gratitude post. I just saw this though and thought Michelle is the best person to ask about this. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Well, thank you for thinking of me and asking this question because I know it's going to help a lot of people. So I put some thought into answering this question for you because you put some thought into asking it, and I really appreciate that too. And I can hear your awareness increasing, and you're starting to get things and understand things. But I feel like there's maybe a piece of the puzzle that's just unclear for you, and so I hope that I can clarify that and for some others. I myself wrote some notes just so that I don't miss anything. But one of the things that I want to clarify for you is where you said, oh dear. I hear all about how you can't focus or attach yourself to a specific outcome when you're manifesting your desires. So there's two separate things to address here. So when you're manifesting things, the best way to manifest something is to already act as if, or to act as if you're already there, like you already have it. So if I won the BBRI finals, who would I be? How would I feel? What would it look like? And then be that person now. So when you're putting in your time and doing all that work, you're working towards the outcome of being that person that has won the finals or whatever thing you're working towards. So what happens where we get a little bit mixed up is when we're putting in the time and we're working hard and we're dedicated, all great things. If we're doing those things because we're not enough or we're not good enough yet, then we're actually operating in the energy of lack, like that energy that we're not enough and we're not that person yet. So we want to act as if we are that person and start making steps towards being the person that you would need to be in order to win. Now, separating yourself from an outcome is basically going in there without having any expectations. And I really do think you're on the right track of the things that you're saying to yourself, like you're trusting your work, you've done all that you can. But I also feel, and I've recognized in a lot of people that are able to separate themselves from an outcome, is to recognize that they really are not in control of the outcome. There is a power, you could call it God, if that's who it is for you, a greater power, the universe, source energy that's outside of us, that we really have to trust and have faith in, that we really just need to surrender the outcome, that we have done all of our work. We are being that person, and when it's our time, it will be our time. And also, when you are being that person that is enough to win the BBR finals or to be the 1D champion of whatever you're at, if that's what you're working towards, your goal doesn't need to be first, but for the person I'm speaking to, I feel like that's your goal. In order to be that person, and when you are being that person, you would still feel like a champion whether you won or not, because a champion is a champion no matter what the outcome. And they're not attaching their self-worth and their self-value to that outcome. They know they're a winner no matter what happens in the arena. So what I've just given you here is like the Cliff's Notes or the Cole's Notes version of my mental toughness bootcamp. It's getting down to the root of your enoughness, feeling like you're enough, working towards feeling like a winner, and showing up as that winner and letting the cards play out as they're going to, because there are so many variables in what we do. You cannot control everything, but what you can control is your reality by being who you need to be that winner, and allowing it to unfold that way, if that's how, you know, your destiny, how it's supposed to unfold for that day, for that event. Okay, so one of the other things I wanted to comment on is your identity. So you've identified yourself, which it made me smile, a type A control freak with an unreasonable drive and determination to let go of an outcome, which I think is awesome that you're recognizing where you're at right now. But this is how you're choosing to identify yourself, and you can actually change that. So you can change your identity, and by changing the way that you speak about yourself and the way that you decide to show up in the world. And you can recognize how you're being and laugh at yourself and work towards being something different, because you are kind of judging yourself, saying that you have an unreasonable drive. And I'm using you as an example to help others also. But be careful how you're labeling yourself and identifying yourself, because you just are. You don't need to label yourself as it being a good way or a bad way, but you can change it to a more suitable or helpful way for achieving your goals. That you can actually change how you identify with yourself to reach your goal, to be able to reach your goals, or be that person that you need to be to achieve those goals. So who you need to be doesn't change, or who you're going to be isn't going to change based on the outcome. So say you tip a barrel and you're not the champ, you're still the champ, because you're being the energy of what a champion is. So that's going to be different for everyone. So you could ask yourself, so who will I be when I'm that person? And start acting that way now, because that's the quickest way of manifesting what you desire, is being that person now. And you know that that person is not attached to the outcome, not because they don't want it, because it's natural, like the ego wants us to rank and for us to win. It's a natural way of being. But you know that you are worth far more in your heart than what that outcome of that event is. It does not make you a better person or make you a more worthy person having won that, because you're awesome without that win, and just having that self-confidence and that self-worth not attached to that outcome. Now I get when you're like goal driven and you really want that and you really want to do it, but be careful that it's not because you want to prove yourself. It's not wrong to want to win. It's just something that we're working towards winning, and it's like a measurement of our goals and our achievements. But just don't attach your own self-worth to it, or measure yourself based on whether or not you've achieved it or not. It's just a measurement of that day. It's not a measurement of who you are on the whole. It's just how things worked out that day. So be careful not to put too much weight on each of these things. And I get that when we're financially invested, time invested, our heart events invested, there is like a lot on the line, and we really do want to do well. But we need to separate ourselves from that and remember why we're doing this in the first place. It's for the love of horses and the love of the journey of the attempt, right? And if there weren't bumps and turns along the road and it was just all smooth sailing to get there, the victory once you do get there would not feel as grand. We would take it for granted because it was just a straight and narrow road to get there, and we would miss all of the lessons and all of the growth and the leveling up along the way to get there if it was just a straight and narrow line, right? So remember that. And what else have I got here? So your drive and your commitment, it really needs to come from, you're going to use that to your benefit, where your drive and your commitment, you are having that drive and having that commitment is what a pro, whether you're at a pro level or not, it doesn't matter, but somebody who's pro instead of an amateur is somebody who does have this drive and that commitment, and that is what's going to separate you from people who don't have that. But what will take you that next level is being the winner, or being in the energy or that identity of the person who already has what you're longing for, and being it now before you're even there. And you will find that it all aligns and comes together quicker. So that is my advice for somebody that's got, to answer your question. And hopefully that helped you. And I wish you all the best of luck at your finals this weekend. And remember, you're doing this for fun. This is fun. You're committed. I get that. You've got a lot on the line, but go for the thrill of the ride and have a good time. And really enjoy yourself. And remember, you know, why you started this, and what your heart really says. And your heart says that you are enough right now. You don't need to prove it. You're enough right now. So just go out there, trust your body, trust your heart, and give her. Thanks, guys.